Good morning.
Good morning.
It's hard to believe, but Sunday morning, 3 Sundays ago, we started this journey, and here we are, starting our fourth week. Uh, Beautiful morning, a little colder than normal. It's windshield or feels like 37 or 36 or something like that. So we'll be walking quickly this morning. We've got to go about 22, 23 kilometers. So we're excited about that. Had a wonderful stay here at the Hotel Real Monasterio San Zuilo. It's on the outskirts of town, so we're already started out on part of our walk this morning, so that's great. And just the history here, the remains of San Zuilo is here at the monastery, so it's just a lot of history, and it was an enjoyable stay. So if you get a chance to stay here, splurge a little bit and stay in this one because it's worth the extra money. So anyway, we got to get rolling. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. More later. Oh no, I think I saw a movie like this once. hello again. We starting to get a lot of questions that now that we're 3 weeks in and we've posted on YouTube and Facebook about from people that are thinking about doing the Caminos, and there were questions about our lodging and how we chose our lodging and how we scheduled our lodging. We have basically set a goal that we would kind of average out over the time that we're booking our lodging about €100 a night. And to do that, we kind of we've booked into everything. We've booked in albergues, we've booked in one-star hotels, we've booked in hostels. We've also booked some paradors. So it fluctuates from that level to a four-star level. So we wanted to keep our average out. Now, when we won't know the results of our success until it's all said and done, but I started working on our lodging about 6 months ago and kind of come up with an idea of where we wanted to go on what day and averaging out our days. And I would book on mostly booking.com, and I'd book a place, and then I'll kind of watch and see if there was a place that would pop up that was closer to the Camino or more centrally located to something that we wanted to see. So some of the big cities we're staying in bigger places and a little bit more expensive, but we've been satisfied with all the rooms we've had so far. And whether it be a albergue, a hostel, or a one-star hotel, everything we booked has been extremely nice. So we wanted to average that out as far as money-wise, so that we keep it within a certain budget along our whole trip. I booked all of our lodging up into Astorga. In Astorga, I went with a company, and I'll talk about that when we get to Astorga, so that they could schedule the last part into Santiago, because that we'd heard horror stories about how busy it was and people racing for a room and couldn't find lodging. And reality is we've seen some of that so far here, is that people are having trouble finding lodging. So I'm happy that we booked our lodging in advance so that we don't spend our day worried about where we're going to stay or on the phone trying to find a place to stay. We kind of know where we're going, our next stage, and we have lodging set up for that stage. So that's a stress that I've not had to face and we've not had to face that would take away from our Camino. So you do what you want to do, and you know, the people that are the critics of being a true pilgrim, I don't worry about that. I worry about us and my Camino, and you need to worry about you and your Camino if you're going to do this. So you do what's best for you, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer individual questions as well. But we booked in advance, and we booked hours based on an average of what we wanted to spend per night when it's all said and done. So I hope this helps you if you're doing the Camino, and good luck as you schedule your Camino. Good evening.
Good evening.
We've come to the end of day 22, 3 weeks and 1 day. Today was a day where we basically had a flat, wide open walk from Carrión de los Condes here to Ledigos, I guess you'd say. I could see where this was a tough stretch for people when it's hot, because there's basically no coverage, there's no facilities. We had one mobile cafe out in the middle of nowhere. Other than that, there's nothing there. So if you're doing this stretch during a warm period of weather, please take care and make sure you have plenty of water and that kind of stuff, because there's nowhere to go to the restroom. There's nowhere to get anything other than that mobile cafe if it's open. So just make sure you take that in consideration if you're making this trek through here.
There was some town right before we got here, starts with a C, but I can't remember where it is, and they had a bar open, And so a lot of people were getting food and making stops there.
But
But it
from-
was very close to here.
We're close to here. So, I mean, from Carrión de los Condes to here, to that spot, there's hardly anything. So make sure you plan accordingly and have food and anything you might need to make that stretch. We're here at La Morena in Ledigos, or Ledigos, however you say it. And it's a great stop. I highly recommend it. We had dinner here at the hotel, and it's albergue, and it was awesome. So high quality. If you want to avoid some of the hot spots, this is kind of a before the normal stage, and it's really worth it. I mean, it's a great place. Tomorrow we're heading to Sahagún, which is it will be the halfway mark. So hard to believe, but we're almost halfway into this 800 kilometer, 500 mile walk. So, of course, we're going to do our usual again tonight and get in bed early. It's still sun shining in our room here, but it's 8:45 at night. So we'll get up in the morning and get rolling and get into Sahagún fairly early tomorrow, I hope. The rain that was predicted today didn't show up, but Sherry's blisters are still
They're still here.
They're still there. It's still maintainable, but we'll see tomorrow. She's trying to decide what shoes to wear tomorrow, and it's a never-ending thing on trying to figure out what she should wear and when she should wear it, and what can get us to the next stage. But she's done really well. I mean, we're halfway into this, and even with all the blisters and stuff, she's still being able to maintain. So we're blessed with that, I guess you'd say. And so tomorrow's another day. We'll attack it when it gets here, but just wanted to get you updated. Anything you want to add?
Playing Camino.
Buen Camino. Good night.